You master making bread, you master life.
Either that or you master knowing how to buy bread from someone who knows how to make it. Okay, everybody, welcome to Cooking with Rabbi. Thank you for joining us. Because I'm going to be out of town when you see this, I will be on watching it with you, and we can schmooze and talk. But because I'm going to be out of town, so we decided to record this. But hopefully we'll have the same, for me, I'm doing it live, so hopefully we'll have the same excitement as the usual live program. As always, we're going to start with giving some tzedakah. You can join me giving tzedakah. If you like, you can give in the virtual tzedakah box that's in the chat. Okay, wash my hands. I have a very special guest, a good friend who came here for a short while from Florida, and we got to know each other really well. Jacob Baloul. Welcome, Jacob.
I have my daughters helping me, Rabbi. I'm getting old. I need to,
All right, Rabbi Jacob, what are we going to do, and what are we going to start with?
We start with water, Rabbi. Water. Grab your
Bowl.
your bowl.
1 second. Should we be soaking the vegetables, the herbs?
The herbs. Yes. Let's start with the
Remember that
herbs.
we have to get the bugs out. So I'm going to put them in water with salt. Okay, so this is going to soak for a while. This is the basil. We're going to let it soak and let the bugs float to the top if there are any. Hopefully there aren't any. Okay, is this bowl going to be okay for the mixing? Do I need a bigger one?
Perfect. 2 cups of warm water.
Warm water from the faucet, okay? Or should I mix some hot water with some cold water?
Faucet water is fine. Wait till the faucet water becomes warm. If you have from the heat to make it warmer. No, I don't want it's warm. Here it is. In the meantime, you can wash your bowl with the water.
Water.
Okay. I got warm water. 2 cups of warm water.
Yeah, you got 2 cups of warm water?
Warm water.
Oh. Now you need yeast.
אבא זה 3.
You have yeast? I'm using yeast
How
like
many
that.
packages?
So you can put 3 packages, all 3 packages. You put the yeast.
I got the yeast in. Now,
Do you
sugar?
see mine? Do you see mine? I'm using fresh yeast.
I understand. Okay. We could do either one.
You see
Okay,
the
now
yeast?
what? The yeast is in.
Wow, so cool.
Now sugar.
No sugar yet. No, just start stirring the yeast
Okay, I'm stirring the yeast too. All right.
until I see bubbles. Do you see bubbles?
Depends what kind of bubbles. I see little bubbles, yeah.
Do you see the bubbles? It should be like simple.
I mean, I don't really see. Yeah, I guess I see some little bubbles, but I don't think they're real. Bubbles, if you know what I mean.
There's no.
There's a couple of little pieces. There's some pieces. I have to stir it so there's no pieces left, right? Should I use a fork?
No, you can mush it with the spoon. You can mush it. Okay, next step. Kema.
Yeah.
Flour.
How much flour?
So we wanna put slowly. So start with about half a cup. It's more important for you to understand the impact of the quantity, so that you don't rely on specific quantities. You have to get the touch, so we want it to be very light, very light, not thick. שים קצת, ממש קצת בעדינות.
For those of you who have been watching me, you know that my relationship with dough is not that great. One of the deals that I have with Jacob is he's going to try and teach me today how to make a real dough really well. And all I can say is if you do it, that'll be quite an accomplishment.
First of all, stop stirring, stop stirring, stop stirring, stop stirring. Yofi, okay. Let me see your texture. Move it around in the bowl. Move the bowl around. Okay, you see that's a little bit too watery. It's a little bit too watery, but it's a good time to put the sugar. Sugar and add flour with the sugar before you stir. For pizza, you don't need to put a lot of sugar. For sufganiyot, you put a little bit more sugar. So let's say half a cup to a cup is sweet. You want it sweeter, you can make it sweeter. You want it less sweeter, less sweeter. The sugar activates the yeast.
Just over half a cup of sugar.
Uh-huh.
No. A little more.
Put a cup. 2 of those. That's it. That's enough.
Now stir it.
Now stir it. Making bread, first of all, patience. Patience and
It
quantity.
feels very.
Let it be watery. Let it be very watery. Notice you should get more bubbles now. Make sure there's no lumps.
Yeah.
Mush the sides.
Well, there are lumps.
Mush it against the sides
There
of
are lots
the
of lumps.
bowl. Mush it against the sides of the bowl.
Can I do it with my fingers?
No.
You can use a spatula.
The trick is to not get dirty and not make a mess, Rabbi. Okay, add some.
My wife will be happy about that part.
Yes, very much. If not, she'll start throwing you out of the house when you make a little bit too many times.
I think it'll take more. It'll take more than that to get thrown out of the house, but that's all right. She's very patient with me when I do my cooking.
Okay, stop mixing. Add more flour on the top and don't stir yet. Now we're gonna get an egg. You don't really need an egg. But for it to come out more crispy, pizza. If you ask a pizza guy, he says never put an egg. He doesn't even put sugar. He put just salt, water, and yeast. But because of speed and for it to become more brown and more crispy, and actually a little bit even yoter ta'im, put an egg.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go grab an egg. Break it into a bowl. Yeah, you're breaking it into a cup. Good. Break it into a cup. Check the egg. Fill your cup with the egg with cold water. You can add. Again, this is an optional, but a little bit. Put a little bit. You have canola oil.
I have. I do, but I have also grapeseed oil. Would grapeseed oil work?
Grapeseed oil. No, then don't. I don't know.
I can use canola. 1 second.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit instead of margarine.
Okay, a little bit of canola oil.
Again, 2 spoons inside, 3 spoons inside the egg. Now you can pour that whole mixture inside your bowl.
Should I stir it?
No, you stir it together. Stir it to no. Let it stir together with the dough. From here, when I stir, my goal is not to make a mishmash of all of this. My goal is to gently stir from the beginning, from the center, and let the center form a ball slowly. Not in the beginning, I'm going to have to stir, but I don't want to make it a thick bowl, like a thick samich. You know, I don't want it. I want it to be light, avriri. So I want to hear this bloop, 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 circular motion. You're going to hear, the bubbles also bloop, bloop. This way, the dough that you added on top and the cold water is slowly, with the warm forming the bowl, forming the ball.
The sides are kind of pulling themselves in.
That's it.
The sides are coming automatically.
Exactly. Slowly like that. Slowly like that. הלאישה זה קריטי, הלאישה, ללוש, צריך לדעת ללוש. In Hebrew you say ללוש.
That means you have to know how to mix it, how to knead it. Yes.
Now if you notice, it's starting to stick to the spoon.
Not yet. Yours is, but not mine. I need more flour. I think that can happen.
Let me see. Add more flour. Little bit, sprinkle on top, and don't make a mush, don't make a ball. You slowly, gradually add it in. Don't be in a rush to put all of the flour inside and make it one cement ball, thick cement ball.
That's my mistake in the past, probably, right?
That's one of the mistakes.
It's gonna need more flour, I'm pretty sure. This takes a lot of work.
בזעת אפיך תאכל לחם, רבי. סבלנות.
Zeat apecha, not zeat shoulders. Okay, should I add a little bit more flour? It's still very liquidy.
Yes, that's too liquidy. Put a little bit more flour.
Another half a cup, you think?
Yeah.
Okay, now it's starting to thicken up.
At this point, I've put about, let's say, kilo, a little bit less than kilo, which should be about what? A little bit less, 2 pounds. No, 2 pounds?
I haven't done 2 pounds yet. I'm less than 2 pounds.
I'm about 2 pounds in.
I'm less than 2 pounds.
Then you can add.
This is starting to get thicker, but it's not yet forming like that.
Too much water, so add flour. While we're doing this, it's actually rising. Stir from the outside to the inside. Look, like how kneading is done. That's it. Get a cup of cold water or a bowl of cold water so that you can put on your spoon, Rabbi. Huh?
Yeah, but my kid, like that.
How are your helpers doing over there? You have some beautiful helpers there.
They're fighting over the camera. Who's gonna hold the camera? Now watch. This is critical move. This is a critical move here, Rabbi. Watch this. You see the spoon? You see the spoon?
Yeah.
The spoon is dirty, right? The spoon is with the dough, right? I want you to take the spoon and dip it in cold water on the side over here. You see I have cold water. Just dip your spoon in cold water. After you put cold water on the spoon, the dough will stop sticking to the spoon, and you'll know the dough is getting better. Ultimately, it won't stick at all to the spoon. After touching the cold water, it won't stick at all to the spoon. Did you spill some of the water? What happened over there?
A tiny bit I dropped.
Bloopers. Put into the bloopers.
Okay, now look. That's good. Now put it in cold water.
Always have next to your bowl another bowl with cold water. But you need more flour, my friend.
Okay, it's starting to look like a dough now.
Baruch Hashem.
Slowly starting to look like a dough now.
Oh, I can see it. Even more dough. Flour. Sorry, flour. Abba, flour, she says. Always like light layers on top, and then it starts to mix nicely. Motion is critical here too. Leisha,
I
leisha.
have to get this done, right? Okay, but mine is still too thin, I think.
Simon,
See that? Oh, it's starting to look like, okay, starting to come up like that.
put Yofi, put a little bit more flour and touch the spoon with cold water so that there's temperature change now in the dough.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking. If you started to sweat, if you start to sweat in your brow, you know you're in a good situation. This is exactly where you should be.
This is what our mother Sarah used to do.
Maze?
Our mother Sarah, when the angels came to Abraham, he said to her, Lushi v'asiugot,
Oh,
mix the dough and make cakes. She ended up not serving them, but that's besides the point. Maybe there was too much flour and it became hard. I don't think so. But her dough, she would bake a little bit and it would last a whole week. It would be enough. People would eat a little bit of it and it would be so blessed that it would fill their stomachs, and only a little bit would keep them satisfied for a long time. I've never seen anyone eat pizza that way. Okay, so I'm going to dip this in cold water again, like that.
okay. Nice. That's it.
Okay, I see it coming off the bottom. Yes, it's coming off the bottom now.
That's it.
But it's still very, very thin. I mean,
Add another soft layer at the top, another soft layer of dough at the top, and keep your spoon cold with the water. Motion, temperature, patience, quantity. Everything must be slowly accurate. You master making bread, you master life.
either that or you master knowing how to buy bread from someone who knows how to make it. What I'm doing, you see that it's still sticky on the bottom.
That's okay. You're good. That's okay. Keep your spoon cold with water.
Okay, let's put this aside. Can you move that, place this off? Thank you.
Cover it with something. Cover it with something, Rabbi.